I've been thinking about making this video for the last week because I keep seeing little flyers, or I'm not really sure, they aren't really memes, pop up on Facebook. And it's not going to be quiet here because I am home with 5 kids, and it is never quiet because we've been home in the house for almost an entire month without leaving, and this is as quiet as it gets. I keep seeing these little, I don't know, public service announcements people are giving about you don't need to take your whole family, you don't need to go out with more than one person, it needs to be one person, one cart, go in, get the food you need, leave the store. You don't need to be milling about looking for things, you don't need to be getting clothes. No one needs clothes right now. There's no way that you could be out of clothes, and I have a lot to say. First, I'm going to address the issue of more than one person going out. In a perfect world, in each household, only one person will have to go to the store. But I think we have to understand that our world isn't perfect. Sometimes you have single moms that can't get a babysitter, that can't afford a babysitter, that don't have anyone else to watch their kids for them. And that's why you might be seeing someone with a small child. We live in a society where you can't leave your kids in the car for 2 seconds or people are calling the police. And now you're not supposed to bring your kids into the store either. That is definitely going to cause problems for some people who don't have social supports. Especially when at this point you're not supposed to have people outside your immediate family in your home. How easy is it to find a babysitter right now? But that's not at all what I wanted to talk about. Not all disabilities are visible. And I could say that 100 times. My social anxiety is the worst that it has ever been when I go out of the house. When I go shopping, it is bad. I've been shopping 3 times now in the last month to get things that I need. And during 2 of those shopping trips, I almost had panic attacks, which is something that doesn't happen to me. Which is why I asked my husband to go shopping with me when we went shopping, because I'm calmer when he's with me, and I know I'm not going to freak out. And I am the person who does all of the cooking, who knows what we need when I go shopping, which is why I am the one who does the shopping. We have tried a lot of times for him to do the shopping, and he's perfectly fine at doing little shopping trips, but when I need shopping for the 7 people in our household, it just hasn't really worked out. And in the past, we've been doing order in the car for months and months, but at this point, when you do those, they're out of half of the stuff. So it's actually pretty important to go into the store and get what you need so you can see what's there. Because the last few times we did it, they were substituting out all sorts of weird stuff, and you can't really do that when you have 4 autistic kids, several of who have pretty specific taste. In the groups I'm in, I'm seeing the same concerns. People who already have social anxiety worried that they're going to do the wrong thing because they know now that people are watching each other, waiting for other people to screw up and do the wrong thing. And some people who already had anxiety are afraid to leave their house to go shopping. They haven't been out in a month now because it feels like the social rules that were already completely foreign before have now become so strict, and everyone's watching and waiting for everyone else to screw up so they can post about it online. Now let's get into this clothes thing. The non-essential items that everyone seems to be judging everyone else for buying. Tax returns just came back. A lot of people maybe don't realize how much of a difference this can make for low-income families. But it can make a real difference. A lot of families wait for these to buy a lot of items that middle class and upper middle class America don't think of as essential. But if your kids have been growing out of their clothes all winter long or all year long, this might be the time of year where you actually get to buy some clothes that your kids have grown out of because you got back some of the money that you earned and because you got back some money through the earned income tax credit. You may have been waiting all year long for this to buy your kids clothes, new clothes. And now people are judging you if you go into that middle part of Walmart to buy your kids clothes. I'm sorry, that's not okay. So if you see people in that part of the store buying clothes, it might be because they finally have money for the first time all year, and yes, their kids have grown out of their clothes since last year. And no, not everyone in the United States has closets full of clothes to wear, and thrift stores aren't even really an option now with other non-essential stores being closed. Before you go around sharing snarky little memes putting people down, just try to remember that everyone is doing their best. That person who is milling around the store and seems to be aimless might be completely and utterly overwhelmed by anxiety and on the verge of a breakdown. They might be doing their best to keep from having a panic attack because this is the first time they've been outside of their house for a month, and they're just trying to remember what they need or where their list is, or maybe they were so overwhelmed by leaving their house that they forgot their list and they're just trying to remember what it is they went to the store for. This isn't easy for any of us right now, but it can be especially overwhelming to those who have disabilities, who have been told so often lately that they are disposable in this time of crisis. Let's all try to have a little compassion for others. That is it for today. If you like this video, we would love it if you'd give it a thumbs up. And if you're interested in all things autism, we'd love it if you'd hit subscribe. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.